Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with our Week 2 match in the Shuckle Premier League. I'll be giving my thoughts on the matchup, talk a little bit about my team, what I'm bringing and why I'm bringing it with the battle to follow. This week's opponent is my actual, literal Ancestry.com grandfather, Shadypenguinn, coach of the New York Yankees. Links to all the coaches this season will be posted in the description of this video, and while you're down there, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon Draft League content. My end of the year goal is 50,000 subscribers, and you can help me get there. There will be some text floating somewhere on screen in post-production if you'd like to skip right on ahead to the battle, but as always, I recommend you guys watch the team builder so you know what I'm bringing and why I'm bringing it. Thank you guys for watching, and you'll start to see some teams appear on screen right about now. My opponent has a team that consists of Sneasler, Grimmsnarl, Landorus Therian, Rotomwash, Archaludon, Serena, Magmortar, Azelf, Hisuian Zoroark, and Thwackey. His two Terra captains are Magmortar, terrestrializing into either Fire, Fairy, or Fighting types, and Thwackey, terrestrializing into either Grass, Steel, or Fire types. If I had to guess the 6 that I think he'll bring, I'd guess Grimmsnarl, Landorus Therian, Rotomwash, Sneasler, Archaludon, and Azelf. Looking at his team, I'm very worried about Sneasler, and to counter that, I'm bringing Asier the Corviknight with her Rocky Helmet. She's running enough bulk to handle a max attack Adamant Sneasler, provided it isn't carrying a Choice Band. The Mirror Armor ability will help us mitigate Landorus Therian's Intimidate, and our Dual Stab helps us to provide chip damage on Pokemon like Grimmsnarl and Serena. She's also got Roost for longevity. Coming back off a strong performance last week is Charmy the Greedent. She's holding a Citrus Berry and she's running Swords Dance, Facade, Earthquake, and Knockoff. She's Terra Ghost this week to be immune to Sneasler's fighting moves, any stamina boosted body presses from Archaludon, and potentially Hyper Voice spam from Hisuian Zoroark. Of course, before we terrestrialize into a ghost type, we are immune to Hisuian Zoroark Shadow Ball. The bulk investment that we have allows us to be 3-hit KO'd by most non-super effective moves, set up a Swords Dance, and do big damage back in return. Hoping to make up for last week's low roll performance is Mimosa the Hisuian Lilligant. Instead of a Chlorophyll set, she's running a Hustle set this week while holding a Wide Lens to improve her accuracy. She's got Victory Dance to boost her attack, defense, and speed by +1, Brick Break to disrupt my opponent's screens, Triple Axle to hit Pokemon like Landorus Therian and Serena for super effective damage, and Leaf Blade for a grass coverage option. Prior to boosting, she does outspeed Rotomwash max speed and below, does a crazy amount of damage at +1 attack, provided she connects her 88% accurate moves. Gordon the Galarian Weezing is making his debut this week, and I wish it were a bit more meaningful. He is running the Levitate ability to be immune to ground moves like Landorus Therian's Earthquake. He's holding a Mental Herb to shake off taunts from the likes of Grimmsnarl, Serena, Landorus, or really any of the other 5 Pokemon on his team that might want to prevent him from clicking things like Defog, Memento, or Will-O-Wisp. He's carrying Sludge Bomb as a good neutral coverage for the majority of his team and a nice 30% chance to poison some of his bulky Pokemon. He's running a lot of special divestment this week in order to help with the likes of Magmortar and Rotomwash. Now, it wouldn't be my SPL Season 2 team without bringing the dual dragons, so first up is Noelle the Walking Wake. She's holding an Eject Pack this week with Draco Meteor, Scald, Agility, and Flamethrower. She's got enough speed to outpace Landorus Therian and below. The Draco Meteor and Eject Pack combo help us to continue to keep momentum in our favor, and then Scald and Flamethrower are just a great combination to deal against Shady's team. And if we do find ourselves where we can put her in a position to sweep late game, she can go for Agility to outpace any Pokemon that naturally outspeed her, or any Choice Scarf Pokemon as well. Lastly is Fuegoleon the Gouging Fire. Now this week he's holding a Clear Amulet to avoid any Intimidate drops from Landorus Therian. He's got Dragon Dance, Morning Sun, Dragon Claw, and Earthquake. We outspeed my opponent's entire team at +1, barring any Choice Scarfers, outpacing a max speed Sneasler. Our bulk allows us to be 3-hit KO'd by about most anything, barring any max investment Earthquakes or Draco Meteors from Landorus or Archaludon. And at +1 attack, we are doing an insane amount of damage to the entirety of Shady's team. I do want to give a big thank you to Jack for helping me to team build this week. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of the team, and I'll see y'all at Team Preview. The grandson versus grandfather game in the SPL. I'm looking forward to this matchup. All right, let's see what he's got. Let's see how good we were with our predictions. We were pretty spot on for PPL week 2, so let's see where we're at here. Azelf, we see no Archaludon. Let's see, we do see Grimmsnarl. We do see the Landorus, we do see Rotom, we do see Sneasler. So really, it's just the Magmortar over the Archaludon, which I'm really okay with at the end of the day. I'm pretty okay with that at the end of the day. How do I want to lead? I'm looking at setup opportunities for something like Mimosa. Obviously, if we wear things down towards the end of the game, or if we are able to get a burn off with the likes of Gordon, you know, we should be able to do a fair amount of damage. Let's lead off with Asier here, in case of a Sneasler or a Landorus lead, and see where he wants to go. I may have underprepared for Azelf. I'm going to say it at the beginning of the video. I may have underprepared for that Pokemon. I know it is fast and I know it hits hard. I'm going to hopefully be able to, you know, you turn out on that immediately, and maybe Greedent just comes in and starts doing Greedent things. We will see. This video is not sponsored by Ice Mountain. It's the only bottle of water I had in my garage. Ice Mountain, this is not for you. Cut me a check. Thank you. Looking at, so let's think like Azelf lead, right? We're 2-hit KO'd by like a max special attack Azelf here. So maybe it is Greedent that we go into, because they have very, very slim chance to like 3-hit KO us with Psychic. So let's see. Let's find out. Where's my controller? There it is. All right, I'm going to be clicking on my screen trying to figure this out here. Oh, Shady and I had the same idea, both taking pictures in front of Paradox Mons. All right. What's he lead? Leads off with Monica. Monica the Magmortar brother. Okay, well, I lose Pokemon here. Jeez, yeah, he looked at my team and was like, no shot. Noel's my best swap into this, right? 1,000%? He saw my team and said, well, Magmortar Oko's half your team, so we're going to lead off here. So we might see if it terrestrializes into a fire type. You know, he's got Fire, Fairy, and Fighting. So if he like Terra Blast Fairies right now on the Switch, very good for him. Just goes for Flamethrower. Okay, that's fine by me. That's fine by me. Magmortar, Terra Fairy, like a max special attack. Let's see, Flamethrower did what? Flamethrower didn't do too much to me, right? That did about 15%. So he's what, modest? Like max special attack modest, so a Terra Blast. Oh, Terra Blast has a chance to KO me. Scald is doing a lot. Let's go for it. Does he pull the trigger right now? I think that's 252 plus Magmortar. Okay, let's see. Terra Fairy. Terra Fairy. Okay. Here comes the Terra Blast. Good damage, fair damage. I can also burn this thing too now that it's not a fire type. Here's a Terra Blast. If that is max, this has a very strong chance to actually knock me out. All right. Magmortar KOs. Walking Wake with Terra Blast. Okay. Oh, I think it's a good opportunity maybe to go into Wheezing. Is it not? And hit this thing with a Sludge Bomb? I see no Pokemon on his team that are immune to it. I was worried about the Archaludon. But this looks like a good opportunity to go in and click Sludge Bomb. We're max special attack. So, like... he withdraws. Okay, that is fine by me. What does he go into to take a Sludge Bomb? Casper. That is the Rotom. Okay. Leftovers. So I'm fine trying to fish for a poison on this thing. %30 chance poison could be nice. Let's see what he's got. I guess I'm glad Magmortar is Fairy in some world. Gouging Fire is neutral to it, so I'll probably want to calc that a little bit closer to endgame. Just goes for Hydro Pump. Okay, connects it too. Jeez Louise, that did a lot. No poison yet. That did about 39%. Rotom wash. Yeah, I mean, that's up there. That is up there. I'll go for another Sludge Bomb here. I want to try to fish with this poison. Goes the Thunder Wave as well. Okay. Give me opportunities here. Can I get that 30% chance to poison? 3 out of 3. Okay. Okay. Do I go into, like, Mimosa here and click Leaf Blade on the Hydro Pump? What am I taking from that? 2631 Volt Switch isn't doing too much. I think I'm going to go for one more Sludge Bomb here. Because he has a chance to miss Hydro Pumps. He doesn't miss Hydro Pumps. Bring him down to 84. Can I get that chance to... Can I get that poison? Nope. Gordon, you might be getting benched next week, brother. That's all I'm saying. Now, he could very well miss a Hydro Pump here. He could miss a Hydro Pump. I'm not looking for him to miss a Hydro Pump. I'm looking for a 30% chance to poison off Sludge Bomb. I want to wear this thing down because I think this is good setup potential. There's a Volt Switch. Okay. Volt Switch does knock me out. So, at the very least, we do get a little bit of insight into what else he wants to do here. So, Rotom, Wash, KOs, Weezing with Volt Switch. Okay. So, the good news about letting Weezing go down is that we do now know... Ah, the Grimmsnarl comes out. Okay. So, Grimmsnarl coming out. I love Corviknight clicking Iron Head here. Always love, always have, always will. I'll just go for it. Might just set up screens. Might do a little switcheroo action on me. Might taunt me preemptively to get his screens up. Like taunt then screen so I can't defog after. But Iron Head will do nice damage to this thing depending on the spread. Even like max HP does not appreciate an Iron Head here. So it'd probably be like the Rotom that comes in. Or the Landorus maybe. There's the Reflect. Okay, so he is just screens. Which, good news for me is that... God, that did nothing. Okay. I'm going to go for another Iron Head, and then I'm going to go for a U-turn, because he's likely going to get both his screens up and then maybe go into, like, Sneasler. Parting Shot. Okay. Good news is I don't get the drop because the Mirror Armor. It doesn't reflect the full thing. It's not Magic Bounce, right? I wish. What comes out here? The Landorus. All right, so... Oh, no, that's not the Landorus. That's the Rotom. Okay. Did nothing behind screens, which is fine. I need to keep this thing very healthy. So let's go into Charmy here. We don't see the Hisuian Zoroark, so I'm not worried about keeping my Terrestrialization in place. I don't have anything to prevent a Volt Switch, mind you. Goes for the Volt Switch. Doing fine damage. Where does that put us? It puts us at about 82. Okay. So with our bulk, we can do a lot here, right? We can do a lot here. I think if, depending on what comes out, we may just attack instead of going for a Sword Dance. Let's see. Like, does Sneasler come out here, you know? Goes on to Sylvain. That is the Landorus. Okay. Okay. I actually don't mind going back out into Corviknight here, quite frankly. I don't think I want to pop the green button yet. Might just U-turn, might just, you know, knock off. Knock off is pretty safe if he wants to remove a berry, which is a pretty appropriate play, so I'm okay being able to back out here. I'll take the chip damage on it where I can. Goes for Stealth Rocks. Okay. I don't mind getting a slow U-turn off. He might taunt me to keep rocks up. Just U-turns. Okay. So we get a slow U-turn off. We do get some Rocky Helmet chip onto him, which is always a good thing. And it may be an opportune time to go out into Lilligant here. Depending on what comes in. Rotom's a little bit annoying. Because it does have the Thunder... It does have access to Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave is a good bring. Thunder Wave is a very good bring. Obviously, I have a lot of special attackers on there. Gouging Fire, you can't Will-O-Wisp, so you want to go for the Thunder Wave on it to cripple its speed. All right. Goes back out into Rotom. Do I take this opportunity to actually go into Greedent again? Volt Switch potentially putting me in range after rocks. So let's see. Volt Switch did 73. Rock, another 73 will put me down into 240. Rock, let's see. Let's see. Could be a good opportunity for us here. So after the Volt Switch, actually, that'll put us in Citrus Berry range. So I think what I'll do here is I will go for his Swords Dance. There's a Volt Switch. All right, that'll pop our berry. Perfect. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we'll get our Citrus Berry and we'll get our Cheek Pouch. Back up to full. Oh my god, you love to see that. Okay. So we're going to be sitting at +2. After this. Landorus again. Alright, we know that he is not... No, Earthquake doing about... Earthquake is a 98% chance to 2-hit KO us, right? Alright, I am at +1. And we see he has leftovers. So do I just Facade here? For the most damage, or do I remove... Because what is he going to do? He's going to Earthquake? Let's remove his leftovers. Make it a little bit easier for Hisuian Lilligant or Gouging Fire endgame here. Because he could just U-turn, then something takes a +1 knockoff. Just U-turns. Okay, so something is going to take a +1 knockoff here. That was a crit. So he's actually not too attack invested. That did about 24%. So he actually has no attack investment on this thing. With a crit. We are going to be able to get the Light Clay off as well, which is awesome. How many turns do we have left of... He has one more turn of Reflect up. So I'm going to go for another Swords Dance here. As he just goes for the Spirit Break. That's about 23-ish% to me. So we are now at +3. Facade is doing a lot of damage to this thing. And we already knocked off its item as well. So there's the Reflect. The Reflect, this should be a nice 2-hit KO, I want to say. Yeah. Did I say 2-hit KO? Did I say 2-hit KO? I meant not so much. So we'll keep chipping this thing down. The more chip that we can get for things like Gouging Fire, the more we're going to be down to +2 now instead. You know, maybe going out into Landorus behind the Intimidate will bring me down to +1. We've already seen leftovers, so we know he's not going to be Rocky Helmet. Here comes the Rotom. Okay, so this is a +2 Facade, even through Reflect. Oh my god, that just does so much damage. Okay. Okay. We're still sitting pretty nice. I think I'm going to go for a knockoff if he goes back into, you know, if he goes for the Hydro Pump, just goes for Pain Split. Ooh, very nice. He's going to get a lot out of that. Big value. Okay. So we're going to remove his leftovers. So that was the last move. Hydro Pump, Thunder Wave, Volt Switch, Pain Split. Okay. If I just facade here, what are we doing? Is he gonna, he's gonna hydro pump? Okay. 24. Knock out the Rotom. Beautiful. Okay. Greedent. KO's Rotom Wash with Facade. Okay. Now, I could save this thing as a sack if I want to. I'm just go for a knockoff. Just go for a knockoff. Have him kill me with the U-turn. That's fine. Give me the momentum here. Landorus KOs Greedent with U-turn. Okay. 3 to 5. We still have Lilligant in the back. We still have Corviknight to help pivot, and then we do have Gouging Fire at the end of the day. Rocks are up. Here comes Thales, which is the Grimmsnarl again. Okay. Oh, because the Reflect wore off. Okay, okay, okay. We've seen Reflect, we've seen Parting Shot, we've seen Spirit Break. I'm going to go into Mimosa here. I'm going to go for a Victory Dance. Because in a worst-case scenario, you know, obviously a Spirit Break will hurt us. But I think he's going to prioritize getting the Reflect up, right? Yep, goes for the Reflect. Okay. +1 Brick Break to max HP does 46 to 54. I'm trying to see. So Spirit Break does 49 to 58 to us. If I go for another Victory Dance here to get the +2. Goes for the Thunder Wave. Misses the Thunder Wave, unfortunately. Okay, so that would have actually been huge to hit that right there. If his best bet is to paralyze me, if I just go for another Victory Dance here, do I risk the 10% chance? Or do I go for a third one? Because if I'm paralyzed, that still puts me at 373, which is still 1 point faster than Sneasler. So I'm going to go for one more Victory Dance here. That might be greedy, but paralyzed, even with this much setup, still puts me above max speed Sneasler. And I'm doing an insane amount of damage even with a Reflect up. Let's see what type of pressure we can put on. He's thinking about it. He's like, do I go into Landorus to like try to intimidate this thing? What do I... Thunder Wave with a 10% chance? Because like I said, even with a 10% chance... Goes for the Parting Shot. Okay. So we'll be at +2, but we'll still be at +3 speed, which is good. That's ideal. Sylvain is the Landorus. That's going to put us at +1. Even with a Reflect up... Even with a Reflect up, a Triple Axle should be doing a good amount of damage here. What have we seen? We've seen Stealth Rock, U-turn. I mean, I've got a lot of defense investment here. What's to prevent me from going for like a Brick Break here? And forcing him to get those screens up again, right? Let's go for a Triple Axle. Let's go for it. Let's test the waters. Hustle Wide Lens. Let's test it. The big thing here is that we're +3 defense and have a ton of speed behind us. What's cooking, Sylvain? What's cooking? You just use hard switch, maybe? He withdraws. Okay. So he wants to keep that Intimidate around. Goes out into Thales, which is that Grimmsnarl. Okay. Big damage. What are you parting shot here? I'll go for a victory dance. The parting shots. Goes for the parting shot. Okay. So maybe back out into Landorus. Because that'll bring me back down to neutral. +4 defense, it's going to be really hard for something to hit me. And I don't know how many more turns of Reflect he has left if we're just stalling that out. Goes out on the Landorus. Okay. Now, we've seen the triple axle come off. I'm at neutral right now, right? I'm at +4 defense, +4 speed. Does the Reflect wear off? Is my question here. Team's Reflect wore off. Okay. Does neutral Leaf Blade? It does not knock him out. Would do a lot of damage to something else, though. If I just go for a victory dance here to keep boosting, am I getting greedy? I need those attack raises. Like, the defense and the speed are fine. I've got 1,046 speed right now at +5. I need the attack raises. Otherwise, the speed and defense mean nothing because then Magmortar comes in, Azelf comes in, and just knock me out. I need to be at least +1. And I think if he hard switches back into Grimmsnarl, I need to go for the Brick Break. Goes for the U-turn. Okay. So he might have let this thing go down there. Interesting. Probably to get a free switch in into Grimmsnarl. So I think when Grimmsnarl comes in at +1, I have to go for the Brick Break. I'm going to go for it here. If he tries to set up the Reflect and then bring back Landorus back in, there it is. Can I pull off the sequence of events? Beautiful. No Reflect, no Grimmsnarl. We're at +1. Landorus is going to come back in. Lilligant KOs Grimmsnarl with Brick Break. Okay. No screens. I'm +5 defense, +5 speed. I am a monster right now. We've seen Landorus really only go for Stealth Rock and U-turn, so I think we just like keep boosting until we find ourselves at +1 in front of something. Because we haven't gotten any damage on Azelf or Magmortar. Yeah, because at +1, I mean, even, let's see, at... Leaf Blade has a chance to knock out Azelf from full, but I need to be at +1 in order to start securing KOs here. Same thing with, like, a Fairy Magmortar. Yeah, even at +1, like, Leaf Blade and Triple Axle to a max HP Magmortar, I need to be at +1 for that. Here comes Monica. I am at +1 here. We did decide this. So Leaf Blade doing a lot of damage. I'm going to go for it. Leaf Blade is my strongest move to hit this thing with. This is so intense. This is so intense. He withdraws. Goes out into Landorus. Goes out into Landorus. Okay, to get the Intimidate drop off. If this doesn't KO, I actually think I go for another one. It does not KO. Okay. Yeah, God, that is... Oh. That is like max. Okay. I'll go for one right here. This will get me to +6, +1. We've seen Stealth Rock and U-turn. What else would he have? Goes for the U-turn again. Okay. I am edge of my seat right now. I know it doesn't look like it because it's a big chair and I'm a big guy. Edge of my seat right now. I have no clue. This is a game, man. This is a game. If you have not subscribed to myself and Shadypenguinn by now, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. He's on the road to like a gajillion subs. I'm hitting 50K by the end of this year. Just do it. Leave a like at the very least. Here's Monica again. Okay. We've determined the Leaf Blade is the appropriate strategy here. I am not going to fall into the rhyme and rhythm of the switches. He withdraws. Here comes the Landorus again. Getting the Intimidate off. I am now at a neutral amount of attack. Big damage from Leaf Blade there. Now, at neutral. At neutral, right? Triple Axle and Leaf Blade do a ton to a max HP Magmortar. What about if he does get me down to... I can feel like I can always Victory Dance in front of this thing. I'm going to go for a Leaf Blade. I'm going to knock this out. He's doing the right sequence of events of U-turning to get chipped down and getting in his mons. I go for Victory Dance. And if he breaks that cycle right now, I think that puts one of us in the driver's seat. Okay, Lilligant KOs Landorus with Leaf Blade. Okay. 3-3. 3-3. I want to throw that out there right now. Still have a 75... Well, Gouging Fire after coming in on Rock. 75% left in the back. We are neutral attack right now. Here comes Marianne. Is that the Azelf? What are these nicknames? So Leaf Blade has a 75% chance to OHKO max, like normal Azelf here. I think I need to go for that. Oh, no! Oh, the Hustle Wide Lens came in. Here's the Flamethrower. Does that knock me out? Surely. Surely. Azelf KOs Lilligant with Flamethrower. Hey, listen. That did... Lilligant put in way more work than I ever thought possible, okay? Okay, that did way... I mean... Oh, my God. Okay, so Gouging Fire is going to come in here. And we're going to try to set up. Because Psychic is doing 36 to 43 to me. I think I'm Morning Sun right out the gate first. Let's see, that puts me at 264. Very strong chance to 2-hit KO me here. However, at +1, let's go for a Dragon Dance first. Mystical Power? What is that? Boosting special attack. What? Okay, so if he's +1 now. All right, I need to go for... Okay, Mystical Power 43 to 50. If I'm Morning Sun back up, that does nothing. I need to go for a big Dragon Claw on this thing. Oh, no! Yeah. Low roll. Nope. Nope. All right. That is game. That is game. Azelf KOs. Gouging Fire with Mystical Power? That doesn't even sound like a real Pokemon move. That doesn't even sound like a real Pokemon move. Oh my god. All right, well, you know, I tried my best to bring it back. Lilligant really just put in a ton of work. I think if we would have connected that Leaf Blade, even if it wasn't a KO, I definitely think we had some opportunity with Gouging Fire, but +2 Azelf is going to Flamethrower Rossier down, and that is going to be an 0-3 loss to the New York Mankeys. Shadypenguinn played out of his mind. I'm going to be honest. I felt in a very commanding driver's seat with Hustle Wide Lens, Hisuian Lilligant, but full transparency, that's what you get when you run that. You know, that's an 88% accurate move. There's a 12% chance there. It's going to happen. So Shadypenguinn played absolutely out of his mind. Man's dusted it off and came back and is taking his title this season. I'm so excited. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. If you guys did, make sure you guys subscribe. On our way to 50,000 subscribers over here. Of course, leave a like. Helps out the channel a ton. All that being said, I want to remind you guys to be great and do great. I'll see you guys next week for game day. Later.